What's up, all? It's HK, and we're here on day one, November 12th. Farming Simulator 25 has released. Also, with today, with it releasing, they did release 12 mods as well. We got 2 tractors, a transport truck with forestry transport. We got a forage harvester, 7 tools or equipment items, and then also subsidy signs. Now, this is going to be a console's perspective on what those mods are for us. So let's go ahead and jump in it and take a look and see what it's all about. First up, we're going to look at the 7810 John Deere tractor. The mod was released by Giant Software. For console players, the slot count is 13, and you can locate this by going into your store menu, into medium tractors, and there it is down at the bottom. It's the 7810 John Deere. It is $68,000 for your base game price. If you do wish to purchase more than one, your slot count will come down to 1, as you can see here in the bottom right corner there. Now, jumping into it, it is 175 horsepower with a manual shift transmission, and it'll go 24 miles per hour. There are a couple different wheel types that you can choose from. We have Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vaterstein, Nokian tires, and then back to Trelleborg. For the wheel setup, there's a lot of different wheel setups that this one offers. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for in there and one that you'll enjoy to use. Know that it does have a small price increase with that as well. There is the front loader attacher as well that you can have on this particular tractor. We first have the Quickie and the hauler. Those also come with an additional cost of $1,500, depending on which one you choose. So let's go ahead and jump back out, and let's go ahead and jump into the tractor. On the inside, we can see the model on the inside. Looks really good. It's nice and clean and crisp. Let's go ahead and start it. It sounds awesome too with that. You can see that we do have the beacons that we can use, as well as the standard lighting that comes with the tractor itself. And then we'll jump back in. We can see some moving parts inside it. It looks like there's a little bit more moving parts than what we had in FS22, but everything seems to be working. We got gauges that are working. Overall, it turns and handles really nice. It's not a bad looking tractor. That's the John Deere 7810. Up next, we're going to call this the K-Series GMD 4411. The reason why I'm saying K-Series is here in the US, this company name can also be used as a derogatory term, and YouTube doesn't like it too much. So we're going to call everything for this particular brand the K-Series. Now, your slot count for this one is 2. You can locate this one by going into your store menu under Grassland, under Mowers. And there it is. It's the GMD 4411. Your slot count for this, like I said, is 2, but it will come down to 1 if you choose to purchase more than one. It does require 80 horsepower to use. It has a work width of 4.4 meters. It's going to let you go 13 miles per hour when using it. So let's go ahead and jump into the tractor and get it attached. Alright, let's get this attached. Alright, and let's go ahead and unfold it. Lower it. Go. And we can see that it works quite nicely for mowing And again, that's the K Series GMD 4411. Next in the K Series, we have the Merge Max 950 Windrow. This was also a mod by Giant Software. You can locate this by going into your store menu, going over to under Grassland, and go into Windrows. There it is, the Merge Max 950. Base game price is $72,000. Slot count for console players when you first initially buy it is going to be 7. But if you choose to purchase more than one, it will come down to 1. Now, looking at it, it does require 140 horsepower to use. It has a 9.5 work width, and it'll let you go 11 miles per hour when windrowing. Now, for tire types, you have 3 different types. You have the Trelleborg, BKT, and Valderstein. None of them have a wheel setup type for you to use, so it just comes standard with those 3 wheel types. So let's go ahead and jump in the John Deere and back up and attach it. Let's go ahead and get it unfolded. Really nice animation on the unfolding. It's really clean, it's really crisp. Everything in this game has been really clean and really crisp. Really like it. Now looking at the different controls on L1, that's where we'll turn on the mower, fold it, and lower it. On R1, we do have different work modes or work types. So right now it's set up to go to the left. If we hit L3, it'll move over to the right. And then we can also go into the middle as well. Let's go ahead and go back to the left. Let's go ahead and get it turned on. And let's go ahead and start. You can see there it's going to the left. And then it stop. We change the work mode. We can change it to right. Continuing on, now it's over on the right. And of course we can also change it to be the middle. Continuing on. And that is the K Series Merge Max 950 Windrow. Next up in the K Series is the GF 8712 Tedder. Now this mod was also released by Giant Software, and its slot count is 3 when purchasing. So in order to locate this one, you're going to go into your store menu. And again, under Grassland, this time it's going to be the second one. It's going to be under Tedders. And there it is all the way at the bottom, the GF 8712. Now, if you wish to purchase more than one, your slot count will come down to 1. And we jump in. We see that it does require 60 horsepower to use. It has a work width of 8.7 meters. And it'll allow you to go 9 miles per hour when tedding. Its base game price is $16,000. So let's go ahead and jump in the tractor. And back up to it and get it attached and see how it works. So L1, that's how you're going to turn it on, unfold it, and lower it. So let's go ahead and unfold it. Get that animation. Awesome. We'll also let you lower it. R1, there's no extra commands for that. L1 and R1, nothing there as well. So let's go ahead and get it started. And then let's go ahead and drive forward with it. Check out how it's working. Oh, look at those graphics. That's really cool. the way that it's heading. It looks better than what it did in FS22. And that is the K-Series GF 8712 Tedder. Next up, looking at the tractors, we're going to look at the AGCO Alice 9700 series. This was also released by Giant Software as the mod. Purchasing it at the beginning for a slot count for console players is going to be 8. You will locate this by going into your store menu, into medium tractors, and scrolling down. There it is. Its base game price is $58,500, and if you wish to purchase more than one, the slot count will come down to 1. So as we jump in, we do see that it has different engine type setups, which is going to change your horsepower. Starting out at the 9755, it has 160 horsepower. Then in the 9765, 180 horsepower, 9775, 200 horsepower, 9785, 225 for your horsepower, and then back down to the 9755. For wheel brands, there's the Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Valderstein, and then back to Trelleborg. Of course, it does have the different wheel setups that you can choose from. I'm sure you'll find one in there that you enjoy and that you like to use. There's plenty of them to choose from for you to find. Next, we do go into the front weights, and there is the additional cost for them. They start off at 560 kg, down to 480, 400, 320, 240, 160, 80, and then no. That can be released all the way down to no. That way you can get it to the base game price of the $58,500. Initially, when you get in, it does have the 560 kg additional weight on there, which is an additional 1,120. So if you're looking at the front where it said base game price $58,500, and you purchased it like, oh, how did I spend $59,620? That's how. So if you don't want to spend that extra amount, make sure you turn that front weight off. We'll let you go 24 miles per hour on that as well. So let's go ahead and jump inside it and take a look in the inside. Really clean, much like the John Deere was. Really loving the models on these. Let's go ahead and start it. Awesome. Sounds really good. As we can see, we do have some different control movement with the console there on the right, and also working gauges as well. Jumping out to the outside, looking at it. L1 doesn't have anything. R1, there isn't any extra commands. There's no beacon on this one, but there are the lights that you can use with the base tractor. R1 and L1 together. Nothing there except for cruise control. All in all, though, it handles really nice and really well. Stops pretty quick. And that is the 9700 series for the AGCO Alice tractor. Next, moving back to the K series, we have the 440 Power Harrow and the Vinta 430 Cedar. Now this was released by Giant Software as well for the mod, and your slot count for console players starts out at 4 when you purchase it. Now to locate this, you're going to go into your store menu, go down to seating and to seaters, down to the bottom. There it is, the HR 440 and Vinta 4030. Base game price is $50,000. If you choose to purchase more than one of these, your slot count will come down to 2. It does have the standard crop types, which are wheat, barley, oats, canola, long grain rice, cover crop, grass, peas, and spinach. Looking at it on the inside, it does have a 1,800 liter tank capacity for seeds. It does require 220 horsepower to use with a 4-meter work width. And it'll allow you to go 7 miles per hour when seeding. And let's go ahead and jump in the tractor and take a look at it. Get it attached. Alright, so for the first one, we go to L1. This is where you get to change your seed. I already have it selected the canola. You can turn on the power harrow, open the cover, and lower the power harrow as well. Hit triangle again, and L1, you get to turn on the seeder from here. R1, you can unload your seed once you're completed. L1 and R1 together, nothing except for the cruise control and changing the speed. So let's go back. Let's turn on the seeder. And let's go ahead and drive forward. Can see the texture difference, very light compared to the cultivated look. There we go. Then we jump out. See, it is planting canola. That is the K-Series 440 Power Harrow and the Venta 430 seeder. Moving on to the next seeder that we have today is the Nordstein NS 3003 and the HK25 Power Harrow. It is a mod that has been released by Giant Software, and your initial slot count for console players is going to be 7. To locate this one, you will go into your store menu, go into Seeders, and then down there at the bottom, there it is, the Nordstein HK25 and NS3030. Now, if you wish to purchase more than one, your slot count will come down to 1. The seeds that it'll take, or the seeds that it'll plant, I should say, will be wheat, barley, oats, canola, long grain rice, cover crop, grass, peas, and spinach. Jumping into it, it has a 600 liter tank capacity for your seed, requires 150 horsepower to use, has a work width of 3 meters, and will allow you to go 7 miles per hour when seeding. Base game price for this is $33,500. So let's go ahead and jump into the tractor and back up to it and get it attached. L1 lets you select the seed type, which we're going to go canola. It also lets you unfold the seeder, turn on the seeder. You can set your ridge marker. Again, left, right, or none. It allows you to open the cover to put the seed in, and also will let you lower the seeder. R1, you can unload your seed. L1 and R1 together, nothing there except for your cruise control and setting your cruise control speed on the tractor. So let's go ahead and get it turned on. Start pouring the plant. Again, barely any difference in the texture, but there is a slight difference from the cultivated look to being seeded. Jump out. Turn it off. Jump out. You can see that it is putting canola in the ground. And that is the Nordstein NS 3030 Power Harrow and the HK25 seeder. Alright, next jumping into the planters, we have the John Deere 1775 NT planter. That was a mod released by Giant Software. Now, initially, your slot count for console players is going to be 12. You can locate this one by going into your store menu and going down to seating and then planters, and then down to the bottom. It's going to cost you $234,500. Now, if you wish to purchase more than one, your slot count will come down to 1. The seeds that you can use to plant with this planter is going to be corn, sorghum, sunflowers, soybean, sugar beets, cotton, and green beans. Looking at it, it does have a 3,524 liter tank capacity for your seeds. It requires 360 horsepower to use. It has a 17.8 meter work width. It'll let you go 9 miles per hour when planting. So we jump out, and let's go ahead and jump into the tractor. You can unfold the seeder. So let's go ahead and unfold it and take a look at the animation of that. That's pretty awesome. Also under L1, you can turn on the seeder. You can set your ridge markers, either left, right, or none. You can open the cover so you can see the seed or put in your seed, and you can lower it. R1, you can unload your seed. Other than that, no other controls. L1 and R1, no controls there. So we're going to go ahead and select corn to plant, and we're going to start this seeder. And this is a direct drill, so it does not need to be cultivated or anything like that, but we're with that. As we can see, it is planting. Jump out, take a look at it, and it is putting corn in the ground. That is the John Deere 1775 NT planter. Next, we're going to jump into the last of the K-Series items today. It is the DC401 Subsoiler. Now, this was released by Giant Software, and its slot count for console players is 2. Now, you're going to locate this one by going into the store menu and going down to soil cultivation and go to subsoilers, and then there at the bottom there's the DC401. If you wish to purchase more than one, it will take your slot count down to 1, and it is a base game price of $11,500. Jumping into it, it does require 130 horsepower to use. It has a 4 meter work width, and it'll allow you to go 7 miles per hour when using it to do subsoiling or cultivating. So let's go ahead and jump in the tractor and back up to it. Get it attached. L1 is lowering the cultivator, R1 nothing, R1 and L1 nothing. So let's go ahead and move up to the fill. Go ahead and lower it, and pull straight forward, and there it is cultivating. It is bringing up some stones as well. And that was the K-Series DC401 Subsoiler. Next up, we have the FH16 6x4 Pelfinger Espelon M12Z. This is a semi-truck with a forestry wood transport. The mod was released by Giant Software employee Stefan Maris, and the slot count for this one is 25 when you initially purchase it. To locate it, you're going to go into your vehicle menu or store menu and go to trucks. Scroll down to the bottom. There it is, the Volvo. And If you wish to purchase more than one, the slot count will come down to 2. Looking at it, there are a couple different roof setups. Starts off with 0 extra for the sleeper, or the Globetrotter XL is an additional 5,000. The engine setup is the FH16600 for 600 horsepower, 700 for 700 horsepower, 780 for 780 horsepower, and then back down to 600. Aero parts, yes or no, changes there on the side. Front guard, we have Design 1, Design 2, and Design 3, or none. Safety frame, we have Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, and back to none. Mud flaps, we can choose between Volvo, none, warning signs, or back to Volvo. For mirrors, we have a couple different designs for those. We have Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, or none. Front mounting, no or yes. And then your main color, you can choose any of the colors here on this palette. We'll go with this one. And then the grille color, you can choose any of these colors here. We'll go with this color. Design color, you have chrome or black. And then rim color, you have chrome, silver, white, or black. Going with white. And of course you have license plate option. It is a power shift transmission. It'll go 55 miles per hour and it weighs 12.7 tons. So let's go ahead and jump out and go into the tractor, or into the truck itself. Looking on the inside, very nice interior on the inside. Really like the way it's set up with the sleeper and the sunroof, different controls. We go ahead and start it. See, as soon as we start it, the gauges come on. Very nice sound with the engine there. And if we look at L1 on the inside, you can unfold the truck. R1 is nothing but the horn. R1 and L1 together just toggles the radio, cruise control, and cruise control speed. So let's go ahead and check the next camera view, which is right outside onto the loader where you can move the arm, and then the overall view. So if we look back at L1, unfold the truck, it will position it where it sticks down to the ground and raises the arm for you to use it to load the logs. Really cool animation and detail with this part. Now, once we have that unloaded, L1, if you use R1, or I'm sorry, the right analog stick, up will take it out, down brings it back in, left or right, R1, up will take it up, down will take it down, L1 and R1 together, left or right will rotate it, and then up or down, up will open it, and down will close it. So let's go ahead and fold that back up. Going to jump back onto the inside, and we can see the gauges are working on that. Really nice control, moves nice and easy. Go back to the outside. really like this truck here. And that is the Volvo FH16 6x4 Pelfinger Espelon M12Z. Up next, we have the Claas Jaguar 990-930 Foraging Harvester. The author of the mod is Despo93, and its slot count for the harvester by itself is 17 for console players, and there's also 2 additional items that come with that as well, which is the Claas Orbis 750, which is 7 counts for slot count for console, and then also the Claas Orbis 900, which is the bigger one there, that is slot count 6 for console players. Now, to get this item, or to locate this item, you're going to go ahead and look up your vehicle or store menu, and you're going to go down to Forage Harvesting, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and there it is, the Jaguar 990-930 Claas Jaguar Harvester. Now that is going to cost you $358,500, and if you decide to purchase more than one of these, your slot count will go down to 1. So looking at it in the store, configuration types, we have a couple of different ones. First one is Unstoppable. The next one after that is Black, and then back to Standard. Now, for the engine setup, it is going to change your horsepower of the Forage Harvester. The first one at 930 is 462 horsepower. Then we have the 940 at 516 horsepower. 950 at 585 horsepower. The 960 at 626 horsepower. The 970 at 775 horsepower. The 980 at 884 horsepower, and then the final one at 990 with a horsepower of 925. Now, for the wheel brands, there's Teleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vaterstein, and then back to Teleborg. Wheel setup, there are many different types. I'm sure you'll go through and find the one that you're looking for, and I'm sure it has it. You can also add a silage additive tank, yes or no. Pipe, you can choose to have the Orbis 750 pipe, which is the one that is currently on it. It's a little bit smaller, or you can get the Orbis 900, which is an extended pipe for that. Now, it will allow you to go 24 miles per hour for your speed while harvesting or while on the road, and it has a variable transmission. Now, to find the headers for the harvester, you'll just back to the forage harvesting area and go over one spot, and you go to the category of headers. You go all the way down to the bottom. We should have the last two here, the Orbis 750 and the Orbis 900. Now, the Orbis 750 will cost you $100,000, and your slot count will go from 7 down to 1 if you purchase multiples of those. For the Orbis 900, your slot count will go down from 6 to 1, and it costs $120,000. Both of them have the same configuration setup, which is Standard, Unstoppable, or Black. So if we jump over to the Orbis 900, it's Standard, Unstoppable, and Black for those items. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump into the harvester, the forage harvester itself. Start it up. And we're going to go ahead and attach the trailer to it. And we're going to go ahead and grab the first harvester header. We'll go with the Orbis 750. And for this one, if we look at the inside of it, really nice detail on the inside. Really liking it. It almost looks like the base game model, because there is one of these in the base game as well. Just little slight differences here and there. So looking at L1, that's how you'll unfold your harvester and lower your harvester and header and put out the pipe. R1 has nothing. L1 and R1 is nothing as well. So if we go ahead and go to L1 and unfold the harvester, get to see that header come out. And we're going to go ahead and put the pipe out. Go ahead and turn on the harvester. And let's go ahead and pull forward onto the crop. Lower the header and out onto the crop. You see it shooting right into the trailer there behind. Okay, and then let's go ahead and back up. And then let's go ahead and detach this header and grab the larger header. That's really the only difference with it. One is smaller than the other one. So we're going to go ahead and grab the larger one now, which is the Orbis 900. Open that out. Go ahead and lower it and turn it on. And then go ahead and move forward. You can see that it works just fine. Throwing it into the trailer. And the inside, everything looks good there. So that is the Claas Jaguar 990-930 and the Orbius 750 header and the Orbius 900 header. Last up on the list today is the government subsidy signs by Realismus Modding. And for this one, the way you're going to find that is you'll go into your build mode, into construction, you'll go down to factories, and then to generators, and government subsidy. Now, for this one, if you look here and you select it, you can move in. You can see here that it does say R3 to customize. So even though there's two different colored signs, you actually get 4 options here. So if we click on the R3 to customize, the first one is this green one, and it gives you $4,000 a month. Next one gives you $40,000 a month. And then the next one will jump to the white sign. It gives you $400,000 a month, or the $4 million a month for the last one there. So you do get 4 different options there. Now the slot count for the subsidy signs is 2 initially, and then if you purchase additional ones, they will be 1 initially, or after that. And you just take them and there's nothing to confirm. You just hit circle to take it back, and now it's locked into that price, and then you set it down where you want it. And that is the last mod for today. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the mod reviews of these items. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you updated as new mods are released for FS25. Happy farming!